Tamers, Sergio back in today, and back from my trip, and just in time to crack open my boxes of EX9 versus monsters for the Digimon TCG. Well, for a brief overview on the set itself, this theme booster, well, is based evidently on the Vpets, as you can see from the box art, cover box art. With the Vpet itself, for those who don't know, being the origins of Digimon as a whole, as the Vpet was originally a Tamagotchi offshoot for boys. And to also add on to the Vpet celebration, the release date for this was on June 26th, which in technicality speaking is called Digital Monster Day, not to be confused with Digimon Day, or also known as Adide Day, which is set on August 1st. With June 26th pretty much being the anniversary of the very first Vpet. Hence why, instead of the usual Friday release, Versus Monsters came out on that Thursday. And before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this around to anyone interested. And let's get cracking. Starting with our first box. Opening up the film. And let's get cracking. And apologies for sounding a bit hoarse, as I have been going through some allergies since I got back. Well, opening it up. Display. And we open up with a box hopper in the form of Legend Pack. With this being, containing two of 5 new art reprints. And cracking into the first one, and starting off, we end up opening up with the new art for EX6 Subamon. And to go inside that, for anniversary, with the new art for BT20 Huckmon as the box toppers. Putting those off to the side, and let's crack into the box itself. Well, for preliminary, as I already mentioned, this box ends up mostly focusing around the Vpet. As starting us off, we end up having our the first theme border for the set in the form of the Vpet border for this, in the form of the Tokamon for the version 3 Vpet. From there, Tuskmon, Pokemon, and to also go over it now, since it also pertains to the Vpet, the DM trait Digimon all have, some of the DM trait Digimon all have the new keyword that we were working with called training, which during the main phase allows you to suspend this Digimon down to then place the top card of your deck face down as its bottom source, which also can be active while it's in the raising area. As pretty much most of the DM trait Digimon have effects that pertain based on the number of face down sources. Though in most cases, in the case of usage, if you were to de-digivolve down, it would obviously be in the same case of roughly around the same idea of de-digivolving down into an egg if that was the last thing in the source. If it was the previous guard in the source after the main de-digivolve. And then from there, we have a new Pokemon for Wind Guardians, and then a new Soundbirdmon for the Battlemon deck. New Gizamon, and we end up paying the new Liberator line that is introduced in this set, being Honeymon, which ends up being, well, good purple support. As well, this allows you to filter your hand to recycle back one puppet trait from trash, as well as granting a good protection effect to, well, delete one of your own Digimon to, stop an opponent's, to end an opponent's attack outright, which helps given Puppet's own nature. And we hit off with the new, one of the new DM options in the form of Protein to represent, the options, the button inputs to help raise a Digimon. In this case, feeding that Digimon protein. And from there, new DM trait Patamon, and one of the poster boys for EX9 being the DM Greymon. And starting into rares, and going with the DM X Tyrannomon, and and to end off this pack, we have the new Taiman from the Adventure reboot. As well, this ends up being for the new Omnimon Ultra S that we get from the set. With this and with this new Taiman, allowing you to return a Greymon or Guru or Omni name from trash to hand to then, or if you don't choose to return, you get to draw one for the on play. And then for all turns, when any Digimon are played or Digivolved, then you just get to spend them down, gain one memory. Then while you have a Greymon name, you gain one memory if you have a Greymon name, and gain one memory if you have Guru and name on board. That's it for that pack. Now on to the next. And then we end up paying the new Terrapiamon for Wind Guardians, new DM Palmon, new Sunamon, new Koromon, DM Ogremon, DM Unimon, and we end up paying Honeymon's new evolution being Kokeshimon, who's also a pretty decent toolbox for the puppet deck. And from there, Sukamon, DM Angemon, and then we end up paying Monochromon with, actually fun fact, this art ends up being parody to, old Vpet art that involves both Greymon and Monochromon. And then going into rares, we end up paying the new Hyandramon Ace. And to follow that up, we also hit the new DM Digitamamon, whose art is also another, redo of Vpet art, with Greymon biting down onto the pretty hard shell of Digitama. Continuing on. And now we hit a Vpet exception with Dark Tyrannomon DM. As Dark Tyranno is coming out of Vpet. And from there, Kunimon, and then some sick art for Digimon, Elecmon, a new Eismon for the Aboutamon deck, and then Eismon Scatter Mode, Wind Guardian Parasaurmon, and then EX9 Numemon, which ends up being, well, a callback to Digimon World 3. Digimon World 1, I mean. Since, as you can see, it ends up being the toy room with, well, what looks to be a Monzaemon costume. Since, if you didn't know, in Digital World, if you end up raising into a Numemon, you pretty much can then unlock Monzaemon as an evolution by bringing that Nume to the costume to then, Digivolve into it. And, also, before I forget, since I've already gone through it without mentioning it, as you can see for the Inherit sprite, it ends up being the 8-colored version of the Vpet sprite. Continuing on. New Kaguyamon, new Devimon, and again with a new Liber hit, being Mirai Kinosaki as the new Liber Chamber from the set, being Hanimon's partner in the deck, with Mirai for the most part filling in as one of the tamers that allows you to, for the most part, she plays similarly to Marcus, but for puppets, but has the other effect to then bot deck herself in response to one of your Digimon digivolving to a puppet trait, to then cheat out Ursa or a puppet trait Digimon at a reduced cost of 3. And with that aside, we end up paying our first SR in the form of the new version of Garurumon Sagittarius mode. Going over it now. This new Sagittarius mode is 8 to hard play, 4 play cost to Digivolve generically off of a level 4 blue or black, or Digivolves for Guru for 1, or Digivolves off of a level 4 Guru name, or has the adventure trait. Has the on-play 1 Digivolving effect to hit one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers with the inability to suspend for the turn until the end of their turn. And then has the Your Turn's effect when it sees any of your Digimon or Tamers with the Greymon or Mat in name being played, or any Digimon Digivolving into Greymon in name. This Digimon may Digivolve into a card with a Garurumon in its name paying cost. With this definitely being more Ultra S coded in hindsight, as you technically ping pong, not really ping pong in the sense, since it's self-evolving instead of evolving the other DNA partner. And then grants inheritable on attack once returned to D-Digi one opposing Digimon. That's it for that pack. Continuing on with the right side. We have Tanimon, Sandbird again, Pomu, Toko, Tusk, Giza, Pagu, new DM Aerodramon, new DM Biomon, Nigazimon, and following that up, we end up having the new rrom, which ends up being support for the Abatomon deck. And then from there, we end up paying the new DM trait, Agumon, which ends up being the searcher for the deck, specifically for version 1 trait. Continuing on. Doropia, Ogre, Uni, Koro, Kokeshi, Deija, Parasaur, new DM Garurumon, new DM Kabuterimon, and then new DM Raremon. As you could see, Raremon this Vpet sprite is in of itself its own reference, as it's actually a reference to Godzilla in the form of the kaiju Ghidorah, as you can see from rrom sprite. That aside, we end up paying the new Titamon Ace for the DM trait. And for our second SR hit, we end up hitting the new Virus Machinedramon. Well, going over it now, its 7 hard play cost is for to Digivolve generically off of a level 4 Rider Black, or Digivolves off of a level 4 Greymon in name, or has the DM trait, or Digimon, okay, or level 4 with the DM trait, or a cost of 3. And when this card would be hard played, you're able to trash one sideboard or version 1 trait card from hand to then reduce the play cost by 2. With the on play 1 Digivolving effect, to place one card from trash face down as its bottom source, to then delete up to 500 DP total worth of opposing Digimon. Then for each of this Digimon's face down sources, you get to add 2000 to the effect's DP maximum. And as you already could guess, given the reduced hard play cost, it's very much Machinedramon coded. As he goes without saying, the main one of the secrets in the set is the new iteration of Machinedramon. As since I also brought up earlier, this set also includes hints, is also calling back to Digimon World 1, as that's also part of the lineup in the card pool. And that aside, here is a Sec plus 1. And continuing on, let's see what else we got. Aizon, Kuname, Suno, Tartarano, Alec, Tane, Hani, Beta, and we end up paying our first new card, being File Island. And to continue on with the Digimon World, Digimon World callbacks. Since File Island is essentially the DM-coded field spell option, since it places it face up in security, and can be played, grants all of your DM trait Digimon plus 1000 for each of their face down sources, and having the usual main effect to place itself security, and adding the bottom security to hand. And then new DM Gabumon, and we end up paying continuing climbing up the line for Hanimon as we go into the new very good level 5, in all honesty, Kaguyamon. Since this is also definitely gonna be run in puppet trait, in the puppet deck. 700 play cost, and then 4 generically off of level 4 yellow or purple, or goes over any level 4 puppet for a cost of 3. Has the on-play 1 Digivolving to delete one of your tokens or other puppet trait Digimon to then allow herself Digivolve up into a puppet trait in hand with a paying cost, which is very stupidly broken when you consider pairing this with the second promo Shushu, since you practically can Digivolve up and pop the token that was spawned by that Shushu, immediately climbing up into level 6. And then for the Ultra's effect, it pretty much has the Chaperomon effect of all turns to prevent the stack from leaving the battle area. Other by your own effects, you delete one of your tokens or other puppet trait Digimon. And from there, well, being Vpet Love again, being the DM Momimon. And since the art really doesn't show it itself, this is also another Vpet art redone, as it's Momimon pummeling a Devimon. Nope, continuing on from that high point. Scatter mode again. Pal, Pomu, Tusk, Giza, Toko, Soundbird, Protein, Nume, Bio, and then we hit the new DM Endomon, and we end up hitting our next SR trait, as we end up hitting Serenumon for the Wind Guardian, being 15th hard play, Digivolves for 5 generically off of a level 6 yellow, green, or blue, or can come out via DNA using a level 6 green or yellow plus a level 6 blue or purple. And is an Alliance and Blocker Body, and when Digivolving, allows you to play a cost 7 or lower Wind Guardian trait without paying cost. Then, if you DNA'd, you get to return up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon to the bot deck. Then, all turns effect, whenever your Wind Guardian trait would leave the battle area, other than by battle, you get to play 1 play cost 7 or lower Wind Guardian from hand without paying cost, effectively replacing what you lost. And that's it for that pack. Now, continuing on. Pagu, Tane, Kune, Hani, Ogre, Tsuno, Devidra, Rare, Guru, Gray, and we end up hitting something new in the form of the new Wind Guardian Hydramon. And, well, art is still sus. And following that up, then we end up hitting, one of the high ends for the Abatomon deck, being Abatomon itself. And is also going to be the showcase of another new keyword. Since I'm already going into it, might as well bring it up. 11 to hard play, or Digitals for 3 generically off of level 5 black, or it can come out with the new assembly keyword of assembly, with assembly effects pretty much being, if you feel conditions, you get to reduce by its assembly number. In this case, Abatomon has assembly -6, so it allows you to, place the specified cards under it from trash to reduce play cost. And then that's it for that. Might as well go over it, since that assembly effect also ties into the on-play effect. So, it's on-play when Digivolving. If there are 4 or more total Nega in your trash or your Digimon sources, and in the Digimon sources, you get to play out 1 Abato core from hand or trash into empty raising area while paying cost. And has the end of all turns effect. To once a turn, place a level 6 or lower card with Nega in its text as Digimon's top, as this Digimon's top evolution card, you get to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the same level as the card you place down. Now on to the next pack. And, well, before I actually forget to bring it up off of that tangent, Abato comes from the Digimon 2020 reboot as the, well, final boss of it, hence why the deck and, well, the archetype it has in this set. Well, continuing on, Uni, Teropia, Kokeshi, Pal, Alek, Parasaur, Ice Scatter Mode, Pada, Devi, Tsuka, rrom, and, well, we got a full set of the line, new library line, as we hit Hanimon's high end in the form of the new Digimon Kaguyamon, who is obviously based off of Princess Kaguya. And for the lack of a better term in design, pretty much being a reverse Celesteela from Pokemon, emphasizing the Princess Kaguya part. Well, she's hard 12 to hard play. Digivolves for 4 generically off of level 5 yellow or purple, or for 3 costs off of level 5 a puppet trait. And thus goes into the reason why this is such a good supplementary support for puppets, since she has the Alton's effect to grant all of your tokens and puppet Digimon Alliance and Blocker, thus going with the Brigadiamon effect, and going extra mileage with the blanket Alliance effect. On all turns, whenever one of your Digimon, all turns once per turn, whenever it sees any Digimon deleted, you get to delete one of your opponent's lowest level Digimon. Then has the end of your turn effect, to then play out a level 4 lower puppet trait from trash without paying cost, thus allowing you to recur resources for the deck. And as you already can tell, I'm definitely looking forward to upgrading puppets after this set. Well, that's it for that pack. Now continuing on, down to the last 3 for the right side. Darkrano, Goro, Eyes, Giza, Pagu, Soundbird, Pomu, Airdra, and paying the old man himself, DM cheat, Narimon, with this art also being a Vpet callback. Continuing on, Gazi, and we're paying something new in the form of the new DM cheat, Skull Greymon. And to go aside for that, for our next SR hit, we end up paying the new DM cheat, Maltyrannomon. Going over them now, 7 to hard play, 4 to generically evolve over level 4 green or black, or can evolve for 3 off of level 4 Tyranno name, or with the DM trait. And just like the Virus Small Greymon, if you were to hard play, you get to trash 1 cyborg, or 1 level 5 1 version 5 trait, to reduce the play cost by 2. Then, for the on-play 1 Digivolve, places one Digimon card from trash face down as bomb source, and then hits one of your opponent's Digimon with the Digivolve 1 for each face down source. Then immediately deletes one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or lower, and grants the stack Piercing as its inheritable. And as you already could tell from Malgray and Maltyranno alone, the new Machinedramon definitely fits into the archetype as, well, you're establishing trash, since it also has assembly. Continuing on, we have the penultimate pack on the right, Tusk, Toko, Gune, Scaramode, Pal, Lek, Hani, Monochrome, Kabateri, and we end up paying something new in the form of Negamon as the egg for the Abadomon deck, and ends up functioning similarly to Yggdrasil and the like. Since, well, it's face up and raising, once returning your main, you get to play out a Digimon with its name in its text. Whose play costs of 2 for each Nega that's in your trash, or that's sitting underneath as bottom source. And then, actually read it wrong. It already functions similar to Yggdrasil as it's a based -2 cost reduction. Then for each Nega sitting in your trash or sitting underneath as bottom Digimon source, you get to further reduce by 1. Then you actually, instead of making use of it as normal Digivolving up, you get to place this from raising as the bottom source. And then since it has the alternatives in raising to prevent from being digivolved and effects can't delete it or trash it. With the inheritable grants allowing you to redirect when your opponent attacks. And then from there, Skull Gray again, and end up paying the new rare for meat. Pretty much feeding, referencing the swing back, you feeding your Digimon in the Vpet. Now, for the final pack on the right, let's see what we get. Davidra, Koro, Tane, Suno, Parasaur, Ogre, Dark Rhino, Beta, Kuaga, Anja, and it wouldn't really be Machinedramon if Analog Man wasn't here. Thus, we end up having the new Analog Man from the set, being an actual memory setter, and has the Your Turns effect. Whenever you play a 7 cost or higher Cyborg, Machine, or DM trait Digimon, you get to spend them down to then draw 1, gain 1. Then you may place 1 card from your hand face down as any of those Digimon's bottom sources. And then from there, Abadomon again. Well, that's it for the right side. Now onto the left. Making room. Now let's start us off. And well, as you already can see, didn't hit any ultrates yet. Since it's a EX set, we're also expected to get 3 ultarts. Well, starting off this pack, Kokeshi, Eyes, Terapia, Uni, Pagu, Toko, Tusk, Violend, Gabu, Devi, Meet Again, and Hyandro Ace again. Definitely seems like I'll be expecting our ultarts coming from this side, as I previously brought up. Okay, Soundbird, Pomu, Giza, Koro, Honey, Davidra, Dark Rhino, Protein, Guru, Pada, Hydra, and Edamon. Doing one as we relentlessly go through the packs. Pel, Uni, Eyes, Tane, Scaramouche, Lek, Suno, Nume, Airdra, Rare, Rare Rare, and Digitama. Doing on. Kokeshi, Parasaur, Kuname, Toralpia, Ogre, Toko, Tusk, Anja, Suka, There you go. External. And for SR hit, you continue on hitting the component parts for Machinedramon, as you end up hitting the new EX9 Andromon, which for pretty much being a newer version of EX1 Andro. And well, 7 hard play, 4 generically to Digivolve off of level 4 yellow or black, or off of any level 4 machine or DM trait for a cost of 3. Then can reduce its hard play costs by trashing a Cyborg or version 3 trait from hand, and on play 1 Digivolve, places 1 card from your trash face down as its bomb source, then hits 1 opposing Digimon with minus 3000 DP for the turn, and then gets it with a further minus 2000 DP for each face down source underneath, and grants blocker as its inheritable. Continuing on. Pagu, Pomu, Soundbird, Giza, Kokeshi, Darkrano, Kune, Gazi, Graham, Koaga, Tynet, and we end up hitting our first alt art set, being the new iteration of Analog Youth, who, as those who don't really know, is the, player character of Digimon World. Just leaving this up first before giving a breakdown. Going over it now. This new Analog Youth is 3 hard play, and has a star main effect to place 1 card from your hand face down as any of your DM and trait Digimon's bomb sources. Then, during your turn, when face down cards are placed as any of your Digimon's sources, to spin them down to then gain 1 memory. Then, if you're saying it's 7 for your cards, you draw 1. And then, on the opponent's turn, all of your Digimon with face down Digimon have the blanket reboot. But this definitely being a must-have in the deck, in your DM-related decks, as you pretty much further add material underneath and can recur them while you're sitting at 7 fewer. That's it for that pack. Now on to the next one. Torpia, Goro, Davija, Parasaur, Hani, Kune, and we end up paying our first foil border card with Suka. Monochrome, Beta, Cupetary, and, as I already mentioned before, this set also comes with new Ultra S stuff. In this case, opening this up, is the new Blitz Greymon Ace. Hard play of 7, Digiballs for 4 generically off of level 5 red or black, or Digiballs for 3 off of a level 5 with Greymon in name, level 5 with Greymon in name, or with a DM trait. And has Alliance and Blocker. And on play in 1 Digivolve, Digivolves 3 1 opponent's Digimon. And at the end of your turn, 2 of your Digimon may DNA into Ultra S from hand. Then 1 of your Digimon may attack. And this being a level 6 Digimon also grants Sec +1 to the stack. And following that up, we end up hitting our next alt art for the set, being the alt art for Mirai. And it is now starting to notice some of the planets, what looks to be planets in the background. And following this up, and continuing on. Definitely speeding things up now as the appearance speed run closer. To pair with the Screamon Ace, you also get the new Kraskaru Ace. 7 hard play, Digivolves for 4 generically off of level 5 blue or black, or for 3 off of a Digimon with Garurumon in name or with the DM trait. Has Alliance and Blocker as well, and on play when Digivolving, returns 1 level 5 or lower Digimon, opposing Digimon to bot deck, and then all turns also allows you to DNA and attack, granting the inheritable during your turn, this Digimon's attacks can't change. And following that up, we end up paying Titamon Ace again. Down to last 5 for this box. Now spinning through, seeing if we have any foils in this pack. Nope. Mirai and Agu again. Last 4. Let's see what we get as we round off this box. 2 Feather Sporting, Time Mat, and Blitzcrank again. Last 3. Yep, sawing something. Oh, and hitting our second foil in this box, being Nega. Down to the last ones. Oh, Abotamon, and yep, and I called it. We end up hitting a copy of the new Machinedramon from the set in its regular art. Nope, going over it now. Delta art play, and Digivolves for 4 generically off of a level 5 black, or Digivolves for 3 off of a level 5 with the DM trait. Or, alternatively, it comes out with Assembly 6, using 4 level 5 Cyborg trait Digimon, 4 level 5 Cyborg trait Digimon with different names, thus coming out at play cost of 5. Wait, nope. Play cost of 6. Half. And well, it's on play when Digivolving and when attacking, once per turn effect. Allows it to place a level 5 Cyborg or version 5 trait from hand or trash as its bottom source. Well, as its top source, I mean. To then activate a on-play effect of the card placed as its own effect. And has the alternative effect to then, when this Digimon will leave the battle area, trash to face down or to Cyborg trait sources to prevent from leaving. Thus playing both into the DM trait or the usual Machinedramon build. With this definitely seeing play, definitely being the new top end, as it's practically EX9 Machinedra reborn. Well, down to the last 2 packs. Let's see what we get after that banger of a box. Speeding through, Skullgray and Mame. And down to the last pack. Let's see what we end this box off with. External. And we end up hitting Karakuru again. And well, that's it for box 1. Let me clean up as we go into box 2. And now on to box 2. Well, moving it faster this time around. As for the most part, we have already gone through most of it. Most of the comments and such. So this will be a lot more faster in the rundown. Going into box topper. See if we get anything new. And from the looks of it, we open up with the alt art for BG20 Doru And to pair with the Zumon, we get the new alternate, well, the promo alternate for EX6 Ludomon. This one. And just make things faster on this end. And starting from the left side, just to go differently. And let's see, anything new pops up. And we immediately open up on the first foil. This box being foil Kaguyamon, Nani again, and rares ends up being Kreskaroo, and we end up hitting another Sternumon again. Next up, go through this a lot more faster. Hitting Agu again, and we end up hitting our first alternate in this box. That being the alternate for Analog Man, with Machinedramon in the background. And then sleeving that up. Going strong for the left. Let's continue on. And let's bring this up further. Skull Gray and Meet again. Fast forward for any foils. Nope. Analog Man and Abado. Keep going. No foils yet. Meet and Hi Andro. Oh. Just to fill out the empty void. For the most part, as I already previously stated, Puppets definitely is a go-to is a go-to build from this set for me, as the addition of purple definitely adds to the resource management of the deck by making it so that you can recycle your trash for bodies on board. Nothing there. Rare, and Digitama. And aside from that, given the nature of the card game, well, of the game itself, with the DM trait, you definitely pretty much make your deck into a glorified Vpet, for lack of a better word for the DM trait, as building up off of DM. And, well, following that up, we end up going practically 1-for-1, as we end up hitting the second secret rare for this set. That being the new iteration of Kaguyamon. And well, going over it now, 10 to hard play, and digitals for 5 generically off of any level 4 is a rush and can come out with assembly -7, using 7 level 4 DM trait Digimon of different names, and has Russian Sec +1 body, and has the on-play on Digivolving effect to place a level 4 lower DM trait card from trash as its top source, then immediately deletes one opposing Digimon with the same color as this own Digimon. Then, well, it has 6 with the same color as any of the Digimon sources, I mean. And then while this has 6 or more colors in source, it instead deletes one of each opposing Digimon of each color, and has the alternates effect to grant itself +1000 EP for each different color source it has, thus being one of the magnum opuses for the DM deck, as you pretty much build up a Chimera to be a very menacing force on board. Oh, left pretty much has 1 out. Now, let's continue on and see what else we get. And we are paying And our last foil from the set being the foil for rare. And last of that pack, Mommy, and, well, playing Sagittarius mode again. And continuing on. Going faster this time. Cascaroo and Taita. Yep. And referring back. And continuing on. Next up. Going faster again. Meat and Malgray Virus again. And the last pack from the left. And let's see what we get this time. Mirai and Agu. Nothing new there. Now, ending off with the right. Going faster. Analog Man and Titamon. Faster further. And we end up hitting Edamon and Blitzgray. And just need to fix up the pile. And not forgetting Serenumon there. And let's see. Oh, we still have one last alternate left. Let's see what we end up getting going down. Miri Kinosaki and Krasguru again. Going faster. External. And Ty and Matt. Hi Androis and Digitama. Again. Going faster. And hopefully not spoil the last card. And, well, we end up hitting something new and the final alt art. That, oh, one more alt art. Form of the new Malgramon Alteris mode. Again, it works similarly in the same vein as the new Sagittarius mode, but for the Greymon line, 8 cost, and 4 to do evolve generically over a level 4 red or black, or alternatively, cost 1 off of Malgray, or for 3 off of any level 4 Greymon name, or with the adventure trait. On turn 1 Digivolve, it deletes a 8000 DP or less Digimon on the opponent's side, and has the similar effect. When it sees any of your own Digimon or Tamers with a Garurumon or Titan name, you play it out, or any of your Digimon Digivolve into a Garurumon name, it allows itself to Digivolve up into Greymon name for free, and then grants a sack plus 4000 DP during your turn. Well, that's it for that. And down to the last 6 now. Let's see what we get as we end off this box. Speeding things up again. Hi Androis. Analog Youth again. Oh, Analog Youth in regular, I mean. And let's see as we continue ending off. Last 5. Moving further this time. Garakuru again. And we end up getting... Yep. Wrong placement. And we end up paying a new SR hit in the form of, well, the new Omni Ultra S. And this one, well, being for DM trait, or alternately just Ultra S deck in general, 15 card play, 5 generically digital for off of a level 6 blue or red, or just use it, or for 5 off of any level 6 DM trait, and can come out via DNA via level 6 blue and level 6 black and level 6 red, and then has the 1 Digivolving effect. If it was DNA'd, your opponent's Digimon's effects don't affect this Digimon for the turn, then it deletes all of their Digimon with the highest play cost. And if memory serves, I do believe this was actually set to mistranslated again, though I don't remember the specifics this time around. Continuing on, it has the end of attack to play out 1 Greymon name with version 1 trait, and 1 Garurumon name or version 2 trait from its source without paying cost. And then if this effect played out something, you get to place this Digimon as the top security card, thus allowing you to separate out after attacking to pretty much reload into another Ultra S to then continue hitting for face. That's it for that one. Now on to the last 4. Going faster this time. Machinedramon, and we end up paying another S hit in the form of Abatomon Core, and the aforementioned card that Abatomon plays out into raising when the conditions are fulfilled. Well, a battle outcome is 15 tower play, or digitals for 5 off of a black level 6, or alternatively digitals for 4 over Abatomon. Hence, the effect, Abatomon's effect to grab out. Never mind. Scratch that. But going on, this also has our first, our first effect that I actually would need to bring up after we first talk about its when raising effect. In raising effect. Since it's in raising, during the opponent's turn, whenever your opponent's Digimon's attack, you get to return 4 Nega from trash or from Digimon sources to bot deck to the bot deck of the Digigag deck, essentially refilling it. This gets to move out into the battle area from there. It has collision, piercing, sec +1, reboot, and blocker. And this is the case on where I was trying to open up with, as Abatomon Core has the first instance of the when moving keyword. And it also being tied to it being a when digivolving effect and when attacking without any turn limitations, which allows it to place 3 level 6 or lower Digimon with Negamon in its text from trash as its top source, to then delete all opposing Digimon with the lowest level, thus making this thing quite an easy control that can pretty much, most of the time in one go, clear out board and then gain a useful inheritable because of it, gaining a new inherit from trash. Now on to the anti-penultimate pack, and let's see what we end off with from going from there. Fast as usual. Mirror again, and Agumon. And the penultimate pack. Going fast again. And another Karakuru, and Mamimon. And now for the final pack, let's see what we end off with this box. Hydra again, and a Batamon. Well, that's it for box 2. Now on to the recap. And now for the recap. Overall, for the most part, the pulls from the 2 boxes have been, well, pretty much in the, well, anti-penultimate top end pulls, given this was an EX set. And, well, for the most part, it definitely has been building up stuff for, from the pulls alone, they have built up, for the most part, a decent enough to, well, go in the direction that I want for one deck, that being the support for puppets. And also with a look at the new Ultra S stuff also being interesting. As well as pretty much being pretty packed to the gills so far for the more generic build for the DM deck. And then obviously still, being able to work off of the new Memory Server Analog Man to also help the deck. And, again, being looking that I managed to pull one of each secret rare from both boxes this time around. And, well, for the most part, it definitely leaned a little bit more towards Ultra S stuff and DM trait as full complete decks, and just meaning to, supplement more Kaguyas for puppet trait for consistency. And also for another bit of detail that I didn't really bring up earlier is the fact that our level 6 DM, we have one of each level 6 for each version of the Vpet. Blitzgray being for version 1, Kreskaru for version 2, Hyandro Ace, and Taita Ace for 3 and 4 respectively. With this ends up being a little bit neat thing, given that each of the Vpet borders do represent a Vpet with of that color and version. Aside from the foil pulls, overall this is an EX set. So within 2 boxes, you should at least have, should be able to get 1 full place of each of the low rarity stuff, and then up in air pretty much for your rares and above. Overall, this set has been a nice way to, celebrate the franchise by pretty much celebrating its start with the Vpets. And as we end off here, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this round to then, to keep up with what I have up next. And this is Cyberdraw signing off.